Hey, good morning, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. It's about 7 o'clock. I woke up at 4, just like usual. So far, everything that's happened so far today has been the routine. Got done with the workout, the legs today. And I got a bit of a mentee right now. It's like a mentor-mentee kind of thing. He knows things that I don't know, but we're training together in the mornings now. I've got him on a program, and I'm training him to get his life better. I'm training him to make his life more healthy so he can run at a higher level. And I guess what I'm going to talk about today on this truck, because I've been doing this every day, right? Making these videos on the way back home. I've kind of used it as my time to like think and talk to the camera, so I get used to it. I should probably get like a dash holder so I don't have to hold my phone anymore. I'm sure I'm going to get comments about how it's probably not that safe. I'm not looking at my phone, I'm looking at the road. But anyway, to get back on track, so I'm training him, and he's the number one salesman at my job, at my car dealership that I work at. And basically, he's the number one salesman because he's talented. He's right now, the only reason he's beating anybody is because he's talented. He currently he's out of shape, but that's okay, right? Because, he who can self-correct will forever be prosperous and forever be wealthy. And this guy is humble. He's super humble. And basically, he's the top salesman. And I walked up to him. I started having conversations with him. And what caught my eye about this guy was his humbleness. He's the number one salesman. And he's listening to me. At the time, had been someone who had not sold a car, and I got him to agree to wake up at 4 in the morning, which is something he hasn't done ever, basically, and start working out with me, because I promised him that if he stuck with me, I would get him to 80 cars. And he can't even to right now, he can't wrap his head around it, right? He's like, I believe what you're saying because of your conviction, but 80 cars? And the fact that this man is training with me, listening to what I say about car selling, even though at the time I'd never sold a car, that really spoke to me. He's extremely coachable, and the best quality for any person to learn and become the best is to be coachable. So what I'm going to say here is, make sure, especially if you're someone's coach, you're someone's mentor in any single way whatsoever, Aaron Williamson, who is Andy Elliott's personal trainer, he said something once, and he said, are you a trusted client, right? Because Andy, right, he started working out with Aaron Williamson, and Aaron was just like, Aaron was like, hey, listen, I know the body. I'm a expert in what happens when you eat this amount of things, you work out this way. I know exactly what's supposed to happen to the body. And he looked at Andy one day, and Andy hadn't complained or anything. He was still living his life, doing good. And Aaron was just like, you're not progressing at the rate that I calculated. See, that's how much of a professional and expert this guy is. He was able to look at another man's body that he's training and know that he's not to his full potential. And he asked him, he was like, are you a trusted client? Like, can I trust you? And Andy was like, yeah, what are you talking about? And he's like, are you doing everything I'm saying I'm doing, or everything I'm telling you to do, and never taking any shortcuts? You're not sneaking anything. You are being a trusted client. And Andy was like, yeah, of course. And he's like, don't lie to me. What are you doing? And he was like, I eat maybe a snack or two every couple of nights, when I wake up at 2 in the morning. And then Aaron was like, boom. He's like, you're not a trusted client. You see, because when the results aren't happening that I believe should be happening, there's either one of two things. Either I messed up, which doesn't happen. That's what Aaron said, which doesn't happen. I'm an expert. Or my client is sabotaging our relationship and sabotaging the plan, and they're not a trusted client. Andy realized this, and he was like, holy shit, you're right. So the reason I'm saying this is, are you a trusted mentor? Are you doing what you're telling all these people to do to be successful? Are you actively doing it? Are you actively doing what you preach, right? And I feel like a lot of people aren't. And the only reason I feel like a lot of people aren't is because I wasn't for a little while, right? Before I started mentoring this guy, I've gotten back on it now, but everybody slips up, right? And I'm not using that as an excuse. I slipped up, right? I was slipping up on myself. I was making excuses. Not anymore. Now I'm training every day again. I'm doing what I said I'm going to do. I'm doing what I'm telling this guy to do because he trusts me. And the biggest disrespect you can do to anybody is let them down when they believe in you. I have convinced this man, this top salesman at my store, to believe everything I'm saying because it's true. What I say is true. But am I enacting what I'm saying? Am I actually staying true to what I'm telling him? Because to tell him this is how you become successful and then to not go and do it would make me a fraud. And I'm not a fraud. I was a fraud to myself before I met Sergio for a little while. But he who self-corrects will be forever prosperous. And I was able to identify that I was lying to myself in a bad way. I was a fraud to myself for a little bit over a month, but no more. I am not a fraud to myself. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not a untrusted mentor. I am a trusted mentor because I have a trusted mentee. I have a trusted client. I'm trusting in him to do what he says he's going to do because he trusts that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. I'm not promising this guy I'm going to get him to 80 cars and then not doing what I say he needs to do to get to 80 cars. I'm going to do everything I'm telling him to do, and I'm going to do it more because I'm the example. I'm the leader. I have to do more. I have to set the example. I'm going to tell him what he needs to do to get to 80 cars, but in the process, I'm going to do it even more to get to 100 cars because I'm the example. And with me getting to 100 cars, I'm going to convince him through my proof that he can also be at 100 cars. And that's the message today. Not only are you a trusted mentee, right? Are you a trusted client? Are you a trusted mentor? Are you doing what you're telling other people to do to be successful? Or are you a fraud? Make sure you're thinking about this constantly and don't be a fraud. Be a trusted mentor. Be a trusted mentee. Be a trusted client. Don't be a fraud. Hey, y'all have a great day. If you need anything at all, go ahead and text me at 918-318-7977. If you need help with anything, I got your back. I got your back. Go ahead and text me at 918-318-7977. Y'all have a great day.